Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy Floss, back again with another video. And today we're going to do a quick unboxing of the Essential PH-1. Now, if you never heard of this phone, long story short, one of the founders from Google left the company, started his own company, and this is what we got. Now, you can buy this directly from Sprint, or you can get the unlocked version from Amazon. I'll throw the link up in the description. Now, y'all know I hate talking about specs, but since this is an unboxing video, let's go over the main specs that you need to know, starting with the most important spec, the price. Now, whether you buy this from Sprint or you get the unlocked version, the price is the same, $700. Now, this phone features a unibody design. So you got Gorilla Glass 5 on the front, you got titanium going around the sides, and you got a ceramic back plate. Now, the phone features a 5.7-inch Quad HD IPS LCD display with a resolution of 2560 by 1312. Now, that's 504 for the PPI Patrol. Now, you will get the 19 by 10 aspect ratio, so this is one of those phones that feature minimum bezels. Now, for the processor, you got a Qualcomm Snapdragon 835 with the Adreno 540 GPU. Fresh out of the box, the phone is running Android 7.1 Nugget. All right, shout out to the Nugget boys. Now, you get 4 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of storage, no micro SD card slot for expandable memory. Now, for the cameras, on the back, you got dual cameras, 13 megapixels, that's f1.9, and you do have the monochrome shooter. We'll talk about that in a second. Now, you can shoot video 4K 30 frames per second or 1080p 60 frames per second. On the front, you got an 8 megapixel camera, that's f2.2, with the same video capabilities. Now, you got a bottom firing speaker, no headphone jack. You got a non-removable 3040 milliamp battery that does feature fast charging. Now, the phone comes in 4 colors. You got Stellar Gray, Ocean Depths, Black Moon, and Pure White. Now, I went with the Black Moon. All right, so let's check this out. Essential phone. Basically, all of the essentials without the branding, without the logos, without all the hype. All right, so the box speaks for itself. All black. Let's see. Do we see any branding at all? Just the name, Essential P1, and that's pretty much it. All right, so let me grab a little unboxing knife, and we'll check out the presentation. Shout out to the little unboxing knife. Back on deck. Rah. Xerxes is around here somewhere. Shout out to the white shoes. Okay, so here we go. Let's see, how does this open up now? $700. Okay, look. Got a nice peel tab on the back. I'm trying not to go into beast mode because we want to enjoy this presentation. All right, so this slides right out. Nice little sleeve. And here you go. Essential PH-1. Now, here's your USB Type-C cable. Now, this is kind of dope. You got a braided cable. Look at the quality on this. All right, nice braided cable. This is going to be your headphone jack adapter. All right, so USB Type-C to 3.5. That's how you're going to plug your headphones in. Here's your power brick. Now, let's see. Keep in mind, no branding, so let's look for that. Sticker struggles, y'all know how I do. Rah! Look at the power brick. Literally no branding. Let's see, you got another little tab right here. All right, so this is going to be your SIM ejection tool. Of course, usual books and shit. Plug those, file them to the side. Here's your device. And that's pretty much it. Now, this is my first time seeing this in person. Let's get these stickers off. Rah! Let's see, one more in the front. Rah! This looks and feels beautiful. This is my first time seeing this in person. And I gotta say, feels so good in the hands. Ladies, you know the deal. All right, y'all, so we back in. Now, I just put my information in the phone. I've been playing around with it for a few minutes. And I gotta be honest with y'all, I'm not blown away. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm excited. I love trying out new phones. I'm gonna go into this with an open mind. But I'm a little bit disappointed for a few reasons. And I'll tell you about those right now. Number one, the price. $700. That's a lot of money for a phone that nobody never heard of and a phone that's missing a lot of flagship features. Now, shout out to Essential. I understand it's a new company, but they should have pulled a One Plus. And what I mean by that is your first phone coming out, it should have been something affordable. $500. People would be willing to gamble with their money on a $500 phone. $700, a lot of people not going to buy this because there's too many other new phones out with all of the flagship features, and this one is missing a lot of those features. Now let's go over some of the stuff that this phone is missing right now. Number one, headphone jack. Now I know that's not important to a lot of people, and a lot of people are going to say, well, it's 2017. A lot of phones don't have headphone jacks, but I can show you 5 flagship phones that's out right now, brand new phones that all have headphone jacks. Now that might not be important to you, but that's important to me, and nobody wants to carry around this bullshit. That's pretty whack. Next, no wireless charge. Now, look, even Apple got wireless charge. Apple. Once Apple has something, that has to be the norm. So Apple got wireless charge, LG got wireless charge, Samsung with wireless charge. All of these new phones got wireless charge. Now, on a side note, once Apple has it, you know they're going to have wireless charge docks in the airport and McDonald's everywhere you go. So $700, wireless charge should be a stock feature. Now, I'm pretty sure with the mod system, they're going to come out with a wireless charge mod, similar to how Moto did with the Moto Z2 Force. But that's something that you're going to have to buy extra. It should have been built into the phone, especially for $700. Next, the phone is not water resistant. Again, Apple got water resistant phones, LG, HTC, Samsung. That has to be the norm. When you're paying that kind of money, that's what you're going to want, that extra insurance for when your phone gets wet. And chances are, if you live in that outdoor life, your phone will get wet. One less thing to worry about. Next, no micro SD card slot for expandable memory, which I don't understand because you got your SIM tray. Why not just make it a dual tray, one SIM and one micro SD card for expandable memory? Now I understand you got 128 gigs, but still, $700. There's a lot of phones that do have micro SD card slots. What else? And this phone is just lacking a lot of features. Now I understand this is being marketed more toward the people that like the basic Android stock phones, but still, there's no wow factor to this phone. No. Now some people call it gimmicks, but I call it features. Always on display. Now if you use a phone that has an always on display, it's going to be almost impossible to go to a phone that doesn't have that. So this phone is missing a lot of bells and whistles. For $700, you're going to need that. Now, I know I'm being petty, but it is what it is, man. This is not a review unit. I just bought this phone for $700, and I'm keeping it real with y'all. I'm a little disappointed. Now let's talk about the things that I do like. Number one, the build quality. Now this phone, it reminds me of an iPhone 4, like a modern version. It has that square feel to it. It's heavy duty. It's definitely not the lightest phone in the world. So when you hold it in your hands, it does feel great. It looks beautiful. I love the titanium around the sides, the ceramic back plate. Let me do a little wipe down on this. Now it is a fingerprint magnet, but it's beautiful. So I'm giving it that. Next, the fingerprint sensor. I love the placement. Now, y'all know I'd rather have it on the front, but if you're going to put it on the back, don't be like Samsung and put it all the way at the top, right in the middle. And the good thing about this fingerprint sensor, it's not a button. So you just rest your finger on it, and you're going to always find that fingerprint sensor. And it works pretty much, little drop test. Shout out to Xerxes. It works pretty much all the time. Now, y'all see I'm downloading a whole bunch of apps in the background. Fingerprint sensors a go. Right now, I will say it's not the fastest fingerprint sensor in the world. It does work, but y'all see it takes a brief second to open up. Now, I'm not going to be too hard on that because I am downloading 100 apps in the background. So maybe once everything is finished downloading, the phone will pick up in speed a little bit. But it is what it is. Now, here's another thing I forgot to mention that I'm not really feeling too much. Let's talk about the speakers. All right, let's go to YouTube. Let me pull up Bike Life. Check this out. Now you got your one bottom firing speaker. It is loud, but it sounds a little bit hollow. No bass on the speaker at all. Listen to that. No bass on the speaker. All right, now that's something I could live with. It is what it is. Now here's another thing that I do like though. Check out that edge-to-edge display on the top. That looks beautiful. I just don't understand. It should have went all the way to the bottom. If you're going to do no bezels on the side, no bezel on the top, why not just go no bezel all the way down? It is what it is. So far, though, fresh out of the box, it is running nice and smooth. You got the Snapdragon 835, Adreno 540. And one thing I will give them credit for, no bloatware at all. Now, I'm downloading all my apps, but if y'all would have seen this when I took it out the box, it literally had like 20 apps stock. This was just like half a page, no bloatware at all. All right, so now that should be good when it comes to the processor and the battery and all that. Since you don't have all the gimmicky features, this should be good on battery life. You do got fast charge. So we'll put that to the test. Let's check out the camera real quick. All right, let's do some point and shoot. Shout out to Zerks. All right, let's see. Now you got auto, mono, and slow motion. Now, again, boy, my don't like list is going to be long on this. If you notice, there's no pro mode. Let's go to settings. Now, here's your camera settings. You got shutter sound, clandestine photos. We'll leave that on, of course. Store location. And you mean to tell me that's pretty much it? That's it for the camera settings. You got HDR on and off. You get your timer. And that's pretty much it. So no stickers, no panoramic view. Now you got your monochrome shooter. So that's kind of like that black and white. Let's do Zerk smile. Let's see a little black and white photos. Now y'all remember when I did the Moto Z2 with the monochrome shooter? Again, that's kind of gimmicky for me. I don't really get into the black and white photos too much, but it is nice. But if you notice, the camera just doesn't have a lot of features. No panoramic shots. Are you kidding me? No stickers, no nothing. All right, so this is, now when they say essential, I don't know if that's the right title for this. It should just be basic. So we calling this, instead of the essential what is it, PH-1, we calling this the essential BB1, the basic bitch one. It's a lot of stuff that's missing on this phone. $700, like I said, I'm a little bit disappointed, but I'm not gonna bash too much. I'm gonna go into this with an open mind. I'm gonna really try this phone. Now, once everything gets downloaded, maybe it's gonna be super smooth, a stock beast. But if you're just looking for a stock Android phone, then you got the OnePlus 5. Now, I don't see this phone being no competition for the Pixel, because at least the Pixel got more features. It's stock Android, more features, and this is the only phone right now rocking the Android O. And when I say O, I mean Oreo. All right, shout out to O Dog. Now, let's do a little size comparison real quick. I know. I'm trying not to rant, but the build quality, that's probably my favorite thing. I do like how it looks. I like the square shape, glass back. This is the ceramic back. This is one of those phones that you're not going to want to put a case on, but if you don't, it's going to be a fingerprint magnet. I think this is the most direct competition for this, LG G6. Let's see. G6 is a lot bigger. Essential, about the same width, but the G6 is a little bit taller. Now, if you're in the market for that stock Android experience, got your OnePlus 5. OnePlus 5 is bigger and a little bit wider. See, this is a short phone. So you see anything that we compare it to, here's your Moto Z, one of my favorite sleeper phones, shorter than the Z. HTC U11, shorter than the U11. Pixel XL, shorter than the Pixel XL. Galaxy S8, shorter than the S8, a little bit wider. LG V30, one of the new heavy hitters, shorter. You see where I'm going with this? Now, of course, Galaxy S8 Plus, we don't even have to do this, way shorter. And the big boy, Galaxy Note, way smaller. The theme of this video, $700. It's gonna be a hard sell on this. Now, basically every phone on this table, except for the Note, you could probably get for around $700 to $750, depending on where you're shopping at. So you're gonna have to pass up all of these phones to get this phone, to be missing all that stuff. Now, especially with the camera, you can't tell me that camera's not important these days. We'll see. Now, you do got some gestures. Matter of fact, I know I'm just so. Let's go to settings real quick. I do love that. I do love that edge-to-edge display. I love that at the top. Let's go to settings. Let's see. Do we got any gimmicks at all? Let's see. All right, gestures. You got a few. I jump the camera. Press the power button twice. All right, that's your world star. Lift the check phone. So you do got two gimmicks. So basically, when your phone is on the table, you lift it. That'll activate the display. Hit the power button twice. That'll take you to your camera. That's your world star button. Point and shoot. Look out, Zerks. Now, I will say the camera does look good. We're going to have to take it outside. Camera does look good. But just missing all those modes. Now, I use panoramic all the time. I need that mode. Now, that's stuff that can be updated, but fresh out of the box, though, should have been on there. Anyway, this is the Essential PH-1, otherwise known as the BB1. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about this, and let me know what y'all want me to cover when I do the full review. Oh yeah, one more thing I forgot to mention, just so people can see for themselves. I'm using this on Verizon. All right, so this is the unlocked version. All I did was drop my Verizon SIM card right in here, and it started working. So that's a plus right there. Shout out to everybody rocking with me on Facebook, Foursquare, Twitter, Google+. Shout out to all the Google gangsters. I see y'all holding down that Facebook page. Shout out to everybody hitting me up on Voxer. And a special shout out to everybody rocking with me on Instagram. Y'all know that's where I'm at full time, 100% full throttle. And a special shout out to everybody rocking with the new stream on Sundays. Y'all already know, Stream Gangsters on deck. Get your drinks ready. No meat boys allowed. Oh yeah, special shout out to everybody following me on Snapchat, Flossy_Carter. That's where I'm at. And a special shout out to the notification squad. I see y'all in the comment section early. #salute. Oh yeah, one more thing. I almost forgot. Fellas, ladies, say it with me. All y'all haters, all y'all trolls, close your eyes and picture me rolling. It's your boy Floss, I'm out. Deuces.
Enterprise, Spock here.
Spock, one to beam up.
Affirmative, Captain. Enterprise out.
Energize.